Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. What's up? Compete Street Radio, Wednesday night edition of Barcode. I'm your host, T.D. Berry, with my co-host, Lalay Smalls. Lalay, what's up?
What's up? Hey, everybody.
Got a lot to talk about. Of course, this past Saturday was the Ultimate Rap League Double Impact, highly anticipated Double Impact event. Card full of 2-on-2 battles, and Compete Street was in the building by way of this Lalay Smalls. So, Lalay, I'm anxious to hear about how that went. Also, we're going to try to get into this bar fest of a battle that dropped on Monday, which was Rum Nitty versus Av, that took place at the Born Legacy 2 event. URL is just on the ball. I just want to shout them out right now because they getting on it for the 2016. So they dropping battles. They having an event, dropping stuff. So shout out to them. So yeah, we're gonna try to get into that because everybody's talking about that. It was a crazy battle. It was a bar fest that you have to watch about 5 times to probably catch everything and realize who you want to pick as a winner. Any guests want to call in tonight? The number is 646-716-4127. And so we're gonna get right into this Double Impact event, which was Saturday. So Lalay, first off, for any listeners who may not know, because it's a lot of speculation about how a URL event is, especially in New York with the lines and the situation. So tell me, how was the line situation for you at first?
There was a line. We actually got there like maybe an hour late, and there was still the line was still wrapped around the building. So the turnout was great. But it actually wasn't bad. It went fast. Like, they was getting people in, and before I know it, we were inside. And it was a dope event. It did start about, I want to say, like 2.5 hours late. Like, they opened the doors at 1, and I think it didn't get started until like maybe 4. I think 3:30 or 4. So none of these events ever really start on time. Trying to keep track of so many battlers or whatever, but so yeah, it definitely didn't start on time, but the experience as a whole was so dope. I had so much fun. But yeah, I definitely, if you can make a URL event, it's definitely worth the money.
So how long were you in line for, would you say? Because, people go out there like 8:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, they wait. Like they be waiting for Jays.
Yeah, that's to get the good standing spots. I don't want to say seats, but get good standing spots.
Right. We was only in line for like maybe a half hour, because like I said, we got there around 2:30. So, and the line was moving. People were already like in the building, already had their standing spots. So we was only in line for like a half hour or so. But
and you still ended up with a good spot.
Yeah. We still ended up with a good spot. I had a couple of tall people in front of me because I'm not that tall, but we worked it out. It wasn't that bad.
So pretty much going out there at 8:30 in the morning is pretty much pointless unless you really want to.
Right. No, you don't have to. Unless you really are dead set on being in the very first row, then you definitely don't have to stay out there and sleep the night before just to get a spot.
Right. Okay, so I was under the impression that it was like imperative that you get out there at the crack of dawn, or you wasn't gonna get a spot. All right, so you said the battle started around 4ish. Of course, we on RNT.
Right, of course.
So the first battle of the night was, what was the first battle?
It was Cakes, so Chess and Sting versus Marv. Warren and Quest McCody.
Okay.
And yeah, this battle actually surprised me. I think last week I predicted Cakes to win 2-1, I believe. And in the building, I actually gave this to Marv and Quest 2-1. But the battle was definitely dope. It wasn't. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. Especially to start the show off, everybody was live. Everybody was amped. Everybody was ready for them. I gave the first round to Cakes. They had this crazy helicopter, chopper, I should say, antic that the crowd went crazy for. So that edged them the first round to me. The second round, I think they lost a little steam. No pun intended, but they lost a little steam in the second round. That was a bar. In the second round, it wasn't really memorable to me. But Quest and Marv just came alive in the second. To me, they was talking to them, and then in the third, the third can go either way. It depends on how you your preference and how you judge rounds. Because the third, Marv and Quest had like a Lux moment where they was just kind of talking to them, and it wasn't really about the bars, so it was just more like real rap. So if you like that kind of stuff, then you convincingly would give it to Quest and Marv. But if you judge more like bars, then you would probably lean towards Cakes in the third. So, but yeah, it was definitely it was way better than I anticipated, and I thought it was going to be. I thought Cakes was going, just because they were young and hip. I thought they was just going to be too much for the original 2-on-2 duo, but they came with it.
Well, Marv can get a bit boring at times, or dry. He can get real dry. He has a lot of dry spots, so I didn't really think they was gonna win. I mean, but every time they do work together, meaning like a 2-on-2 battles, I'm talking about Marv One and Quest. They do good. They do good. I almost think they need each other.
Yeah, they need each other to survive. But yeah, they definitely work well together.
So a lot of the recaps that I read on Twitter and whatnot said Marv One and Quest took that. I didn't really see anybody saying the Cakes took it.
Mhm.
So that was the feel in the building was.
Yeah, a lot of people that I was chatting with, they agreed. Some were even saying Marvin Quest 3-0. I still stick with the edge on round one. But they could have had I mean it could go either way with the first round because but like I said, I think they slightly edged them. But I don't know what it's going to look like on cam. But in the building, I'm sticking with my 2-1 Marvin Quest.
Cool. So I think next was next B Magic and Chilla.
Yeah, B Magic and Chilla against T Top and Briz, and I'm sad to say, but this was definitely a 3-0 T-Top and Briz. It was a 3-0 T-Top and Briz. That's how I'm calling it.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wait a minute. So what you're telling me is B Magic and Chilla Jones got 3-0 T-Top and Briz Rothstein. Yes,
they did. There's no way around it. Every round, nothing. And I'm sad though because B Magic and Chilla had the capability of just going like crazy, bar crazy with the punches and the schemes together. I mean, separately, I feel like they was hot. Like the crowd was so excited to see B Magic because he hasn't been on a URL stage in a while. So they received Magic really well. I think you predicted that last week that they should, and they definitely did. He didn't choke at all, so that was a plus in their favor. But it was weird. They didn't really like mesh. Like they was hot separately to me, and I think it was in the second round, Chilla tried to like punch like B Magic does, and then B Magic tried to scheme like Chilla does, and that was dope to see. And then in the third, Chilla tried to finish his round against B Magic that he choked, and I feel like that really wasted a lot of their round. Him, he took up about a minute or so to do that.
Wait a minute. So the third round that Chilla choked on against B Magic, he tried to spit it
to B Magic. So he was battling his own partner during the 2-on-2 battle.
Chilla had an interview not too long ago. I think it was with DJ Vlad on Vlad TV where he spit. I think he spit that.
Mm-hmm.
Or he revealed what the part was, but then was he kind of reused it or remade it for DNA. So.
But yeah, he was like, he's like, I needed to get that out or whatever. He's like, now back to these dudes or whatever. And I just feel like it was just the wrong time for that. And I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it worked out well. But
so how was T-Top and Briz? Like, how was their chemistry? Was
the chemistry was crazy. They killed it. It just proved to be too much for Chilla and B Magic. But I was pleasantly surprised with Briz. I thought Briz was going to be like the weaker link of the two, but he wasn't. I think it was their aggression, the passion, both was on point. And I liked how, they set up a lot of the punches and everything that they did. I liked how they set it all up. It really proved that, they know each other and what each other is good at, and they played on both of that. Briz is known for, kind of go on horse, and he didn't. He kept control over his voice and everything. I just really think it was a really, really dope performance by both of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, if this truly is the 3-0 that you said you've seen, because I really don't want to believe it, but that is show the clear distinction from two guys that's from the same neighborhood or from the same city that know each other against two guys who are just happen to form a rap group with other guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, that'll really show that. But I mean, was it a 3-0 body? Because that you have the 3-0. You have the body.
I don't want to give them the body. I'm not gonna say it's the body. I think it was just 3-0 edge.
Okay. So that's like a replayable 3-0.
Would you say?
The 3-0 that might be rewatchable after the first time.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has replay value. I still can't wait till someone can. And maybe I might change my mind, but in the building, it was definitely a 3-0. I think we have a caller. Is it? I think someone's trying to call in. Did it notify you or anything?
No, I can't see it. Can you click it in?
No, I don't see it. I just know that they tried to call. Maybe we can't accept callers tonight.
I can't see it. I'm about to try to fix that. All right, so what was the next bet?
Third was Math and Cortez versus Young Ill and Averb. And it was both Math and excuse me, Young Ill's return. It was just everybody was returning this card, but it was Math and Young Ill's return to the URL stage, and the crowd was happy to see both of them, especially Math. Like, it was, the cheers wouldn't stop. But this battle, this was definitely a good battle. I give this to, I keep switching back and forth thinking about it, and I'm going to go, my final decision, I think I'm going with Verb and Young Ill 2-1. Possibly 3-0, but not like a body. But there are people that will say that it was a body. I really like Math and Cortez first round. It was dope. Like I said, the crowd just like went and stopped cheering for Math. But as far as the chemistry between him and Cortez, like they've worked together on 2-on-2 before. But this, I don't know if it was because it was Math's, like, debut back to URL, but it felt like Cortez was kind of like the wingman, like they weren't a team, like he was the Robin to Batman. So I would like to see more Cortez, like more like a, like a back and forth type of thing, but he kind of did like the ad libs and let Math kind of have the shine. So it was almost like it was Verb and Young Ill against Math, basically. And so that really kind of showed because, they got the 3-0 possibly. But Verb, and I'm not really a fan of like the, each on the 2-on-2, each person taking their own round or own time to spit, but Young Ill kind of really took over the first round, and he was cooking. Like, he was crazy. He really got himself together. He was with it. He was in his right mind, and he was prepared for them. So, Young Ill kind of took on the majority of the first round. Then the second round, to me, Math and Cortez kind of slowed down in the second round. But there was a room shaker when Math, he's basically saying that he would go to their block at Millie Rock, and the crowd went crazy for that. But then Verb took over on the second for that side, and he did this like Showtime that was crazy. The room, like and the crowd, the New York crowd really does not like Verb. I used to think that maybe he was just a little sensitive and emotional about the crowd, but they really do not like it. So he, once they got past that, and they let him cook, he like really took over. So Verb is just crazy. And then Cortez and Matt did this weird like prop in the third, and it just really didn't work. It ate up a lot of their time, and it just, I don't know about that third round. It was weird. So, but I'm giving this to Verb and Young Ill 2-1.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this. The crackhead.
Yeah, he came out as Pookie.
Well,
and,
if anybody doesn't know, that the speculation that Young Ill has been away, he's been getting high. And we're not just talking to Mary J. Wanna. The speculation is he's been out getting high. So, all right, he comes out, he's dressed as Pookie.
Yeah, he came out as Pookie. He had like a extra large shirt on and white lips, and you know, he kind of played up the part, and which makes sense because you know that's what people was really going to talk about. That was, you know, and they talked about that a lot in the first round, and so he kind of like, you know, took the gimmick, you know, took a little bit of the thunder away from them a little bit because he, you know, played into it. So I think that was smart on his behalf, but in the second and third round, he like, you know, took whatever was going around his mouth away and put his like jacket on, and he went to work.
So his bars was there?
Bars was there. I was trying to tweet and retweet things that people to remind myself of, you know, some of the bars, but they're leaving me now. But they was definitely there. I don't know why I can't remember anything that that he said that, you know, like that really moved me. But I definitely remember being entertained every time he said anything, and it definitely proved that it was the Young Ill versus Rex to me, like that he was back.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear that. And I've seen the clip of the angle that you said Math and Corey took in the third. That was when they was like riding around with the music
in the car. Yeah,
they did that against DNA and Kayshawn. It actually hit against DNA and Kayshawn, but I heard, you're not the first person I heard say that like they only did it for a couple of seconds and it didn't really click this time around.
No, and they just like had to scrap it. Like it was just like weird and awkward.
But all right, so you said that's a possible 3-0 also, definitely a 2.
Possible 3-0 for them.
So what was next? Was the gun title?
So next was the main event. Yeah, the main event was next. Sue Surf and K-Rock versus NWX, K-Shine, and DNA. And this was like the highly anticipated battle. When K-Shine came out, like, I mean, I think pretty much everybody knows that there's, you know, been beef between K-Rock and K-Shine. And when K-Shine came out, it was like visibly, like, there was tension. Like, it just, I knew, like, once he came out, I'm like, man, this is not going to work. And so gun titles went first. That round had to be at least like maybe 10 minutes because like it was just so crazy and the crowd was just going so crazy. They had to like redo so many bars. The building was shaking, literally. Like that was like the best round I've ever seen. I heard it was just crazy. I'm glad I was in the building for that. Then so they went, and then DNA and Kayshawn went. And wait, I think did the first fight break out during? Did it break out during their round? Wait, I don't even think Kayshawn and DNA got to go at first. Yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, so they was in each other's face, and I don't remember. I think I was trying to tweet, and I think Kayshawn put his fist in Tay-Rock's face, and it just like it was a little scuttle, and everybody needed to be separated. And at first, Smack said that it was over, like there was no more battle. And they was saying something back and forth, a lot of stuff, a lot of commotion was going on. And it was just like the fans, we were mad, like, oh my gosh, like this is the battle of the night and it's not going to happen. So after they worked it out, they said, all right, they shook on it. The battle was going to go back on. So then I think they ended up redoing.
K-Rock and Kayshawn shook hands.
Shook hands, yeah, and said that they was good. That they wasn't going to touch each other, that they was going to be good. And so Smack let the battle continue. So they redid their first round again, I think. I don't know why I'm like drawing a blank through this whole thing. I was there. But so then NWX got to go, and they was dope. I convincingly though, first round went to gun titles. And they was good. Everything was good. So then gun titles went again. Started off second round. They went crazy. I think it was the second round where I see a lot of people have video of the bar with the before the shot, Kane shirt, after the shot, Yeezy, before the cut, Shumper, after the cut, Beasley. I think that was in the second round, but that had the building going crazy. They did this car, name a car scheme. They just had so many, and like I think what people really like about them, and K-Shot and DNA do it too, but it's like a real 2-on-2. Like they finish each other's bars. You know, somebody throws up the oop and the other one dunks it. Like it's back and forth, and they it really shows like chemistry and really being a team so well together. And I think that's what was so exciting to watch. And they really were well prepared. And then it was in NWX's second round. They didn't even get like 4 bars in, and another incident happened. So the battle was over. I think K-Shine was saying, they said something to Tay-Rock about, which clique he runs with, and he used to be Zip 'em Up or whatever, and he was like, no, I wasn't. And K-Shine put his hand in his face and was like, yes, you was, you lying. And I think Tay-Rock moved his hand out of his face, and that's where, the scuttle went back and forth. After that was over, Tay-Rock says a couple times that, like, he was wrong for touching him. He knew he shouldn't have, like, tried to move his hand out of his face. Like, they shook on it, so they wasn't going to touch each other. So he kind of blames himself for the second incident that happened. But I hope the footage still comes out, because the little bit of footage that there was like, it was crazy.
Was the crowd messing with NWX at all after, gun title shook the place? Was they messing with NWX?
Yeah, they was. My sister is an NWX fan. She says that the crowd was gassing gun titles. So it's possible, but that they was getting reactions too, though. They was. It wasn't like completely swayed, but I mean, we'll never know. Maybe they would have came back from that. I don't know what the third round had in store, but I heard that the third round was going to be the craziest round from gun titles, and who knows what DNA and K-Shot had in store.
Yeah. Compete Street, the Barcode Wednesday night battle rap edition. TD Berry and Lalay Smalls back continuing our recap of the URL event, Double Impact. So, all right. So tell me again about the Clips and John versus Big T and Saga battle.
So that was good. I think that was a 3-0. Of course, they used against John and Clips used the whole pornography thing against Saga. So that pretty much was like the whole, like all 3 rounds. There was something related to that in it, and then how he's a preacher, and then but he's teaming up with, Big T. So that's like a conflict right there. But surprisingly, John and Clip worked really well together to me. I thought John was going to be dragging a little bit, but he was on it. They had, as you predicted, they did the multiple choice which room I'm in, and
I know what I'll be talking about. I know what I'll be talking about.
They did.
We have a caller. 412.
Hello?
Hello? What's
Hello?
up? Who's
Can you
this?
hear me? Hi, this is Kia.
Kia, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
So you was in the building for Double Impact?
I was definitely in the building for Double Impact, and so I just wanted to give my opinion on a few battles, if that's okay.
Well, yes. Give your opinion on all. I mean, it was only a few. Go ahead. Let's run them down the line. All right. So first, what was the first battle again?
Chess and Steam.
All right.
Again.
Yeah. The Chess and Steam versus Marv One and Quest. What did you think about that?
That first battle, I actually agreed with Lalay that before the battle, I was predicting Chess and Steams to win. And in the building, like, Marv and Quest surprised me. I disagree with Lalay that I agree with her that when Chess and Steves did the whole chopper thing, that it was dope. But for some reason, Marv and Quest had this thing that they did in their first round that kind of negated that. It made it, like, seem kind of whack because they called them dancers. And then it seemed stupid. It seemed stupid after they said that. So I have to give, at first I would have given the first round to Chess and Steams, but when they did that, it took all the dopeness away from that. So I would say it was like a 3-0 for sure. Like
wow.
Marv and Quest. And I hate to be wrong. Maybe once I watch it again, it might be different, but I would say 3-0, Marv and Quest. So they were good.
I'm gonna tell you, me personally, I don't like y'all venue people. Like, this is not like a personal attack on you, so don't think that. But what I mean by y'all venue people is because before I knew any better, like, I would go on Twitter, following the event as it's happening, and they'd tell me somebody got 3-0, and, having me fearing for, some of my favorite battlers' lives. So, and then,
right.
when it come back out on cam, and they're like, no, that didn't happen. So,
right.
When I say y'all venue people, it's not you personally, but I'm
right.
just saying when they come out on cam.
Right. No, and I probably would agree with you that you do get caught up in the wave of what everyone else is doing, except for when it was NWX, which we will get to. However, you do get caught up in the crowd, but I was trying to be objective. Like, I was trying to, just pay attention to what was going on. And I think it's going to be the same when it's played back. At least in that battle, that it'll be just about the same. It's going to be a 3-0, and then you can come back and tell me that I was right. So, yeah. So that's how I felt about that battle. The second battle was, remind me again, was it Math?
No, that was B-Magic and Chilla versus T-Top and Burris.
Yeah, everything that Lalay said in the other show was right on point. I just also wanted to add that Math is very handsome in person, and so that made it even better to watch the whole battle. But it was
skipped right over them.
Yeah, right.
What?
You just skipped right over poor Chilla and B Magic and Briz and T Top just to get to how cute Math is.
I have a one-track mind. I'm sorry. I got confused. I'm sorry. Okay. Chilla and B Magic. Oh, no, yeah, I agree with her. Chilla and B Magic, whatever they did was just not working. The whole Chilla finishing his round was confusing. It was like in the building, they didn't have any energy. And it was just, I don't know, their performance, their bars were pretty good, but their performance was bad, I think. And then Briz and T-Top, they had all the energy, I think. So I said that was a 3-0 too. And when you watch it, you'll agree with me. That's my opinion.
I hope not. All right, so next was...
Yes. So Math is handsome.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about the battles. They did rap.
Oh, the battle. Okay. They did rap. Okay, I forgot. It was a rap battle. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, they were, like she said.
So I'm taking
it was right
that
on
Math
point.
didn't punch anybody.
Matt kept his hands to himself. He was fully in control, but when he didn't let that stop him from being aggressive. Like, he still was aggressive. He had some really good bars. He did good. Cortez was just his wingman, unfortunately. And who were they battling? Oh, Ill and Averb. I don't really like Averb, but he really did come with it. And it was, like Lalay said, it was like Math versus Ill Will and Math
Young
Ill, or whatever his name is. Yeah, him, the one that was smoking crack. And then Math versus Averb, as opposed to like a 2-on-2. It was kind of weird, but I don't know how it's going to play out on camera. But it was a good battle between the three of them.
So did you like the crackhead angle, the antics?
Actually I did, and I was going to say what they did in the very beginning, Averb and Ill, is they were kind of talking to each other. And it was almost like more theater than battle. And it actually really worked because it really drew you into their performance. And then when Ill started going off, it was just like it helped the whole setup of what they were trying to do. So I thought it worked. I thought it was really, really good. So I definitely would give them that battle. But in the handsome contest, Math wins hands down.
Okay, so and real quick, because we got another caller. The gun titles versus NWX. How did you call that? The 2 rounds or 2.5 or whatever that was.
Okay, that's the battle I really want to talk about. I'm sorry, and I know you got another caller, so I'll be real quick because I got a lot to say about that. I'm Team NWX. I love them, but like I said, it was tension. See, Tay-Rock forgot to talk to K-Shine nicely. That's why that whole thing went down. And they were...
Wait, what do you mean talk to him nicely? It's a battle.
Cause I know, but K-Shine always say you could talk to him, just talk to him nicely. So that's what Tay-Rock forgot to do. So that's why that whole thing happened. But what was I going to say? Gun titles, they were bodying them, like they were winning hands down. But unfortunately for them, the battle, it doesn't really count. So they kind of, shot themselves in the foot because it was going to be a clear win for them unless, K-Shine was going to make DNA disappear. I don't know what they could have done to make it to win. They were going to have to bring some real stuff to the table, but they were about to lose. But hopefully we get to see the battle, and the K-Shine has to be top-notch. DNA has to be a DNA that we've never, ever seen before for them to win. But like Lalay said, Tay-Rock and Susar did exactly what they were supposed to do in a 2-on-2 battle, which K-Shine and DNA, they wrote the blueprint for it. So they did exactly what they followed the blueprint, and they just did it a little bit better. So it was hard to watch as a NWX fan, but hopefully we get to see it again real soon.
Well, my
Fully.
closing words for you are that's what you get for being an NWX fan.
And my closing
Sorry
words
for
for
you.
you are, or I'm sticking my tongue out and I don't care.
But thank you.
But yeah, it was
thank you
fun
for
to watch.
calling.
Thank you for letting me express myself. You guys have a good night. You have an amazing show.
Glad you had fun. Be cool how you be cool. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
All right, next we got 347. 347. What's up?
Yo.
What's up? Who's this?
Yo, it's Devon, bro.
What's up, Devon? What's up, man? What's going on?
What's good, man? Y'all shut me out the first one, man.
No, man, this joint was acting crazy, man.
It's all good. It's all good. What y'all talking about?
We hop right back on for y'all though. So what's up, man? How was the event as a whole, man? Was you glad you went?
Yeah, I was glad. Well, I actually went in with no expectations, so I wouldn't be disappointed if it was a flop. It was actually a pretty good event, though. It was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I felt all the teams worked pretty well together for the most part. Yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. I'm glad I went. You know.
All right, so the first battle, Cakes versus Marv One and Quest, man. How did you call
Yeah.
that?
All right. All right, here's what happened. I think I edged the Cakes. People are going to think I'm being biased. I'm dead not. Y'all going to see when it comes out on cam. But I feel like the first round, I gave it to the Cakes. The second round, I think Marvin Quest took it clearly, even though you're going to see Marvin Quest, they kind of had some draw punches, and then they kind of like, I'm not going to say they bit lines, but they kind of like, recycle a little bit of lines. But y'all going to see when it comes out on cam. And the third round is preference. So if you like Marvin Quest took that talking approach, like they trying to talk to Chess and Steams about how he a youngin' and Steams don't live that life. He should be coaching him in the right path, whatever. If you like that, you're gonna give it to Marvin Quest. If you like bars, you're gonna give it to the Cake. So that was preference. That's why I feel like it's debatable.
Yeah, wait, just said that.
Yeah. Oh, you there?
Yeah, she said that was like a preference round, the third round.
Yeah, there was definitely a preference. You know what I'm saying? I preferred the Cakes, not being biased. I just felt, I like the balls better, you know. But I can understand somebody saying the Cakes won, but it definitely wasn't a body, like, at all. Like, in the building, it might have felt that way, but it wasn't a body at all. The crowd was low-key sleeping on some of the lines. Like, they said a line. They was like, how you want to leave him dead for the bread, pump a nickel. And nobody caught that because I guess nobody knows what pump-a-nickel bread is. But, like,
no,
that was
I caught
fire.
that.
Nobody...
That was one of my favorite bars from them. From
yeah, nobody really reacted to it. And I was like, yeah, for real? Like, I didn't hear that? You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, like, it's definitely a preference. Y'all going to see on cam, it's not a body at all. So, you know, we got to wait to the cam and see. I gave it to the Cakes, though, 2-1. Edge.
All right,
so what did you feel about the second battle, Chilla, B Magic versus T-Top and Briz?
I thought that was a 3-0. I ain't gonna lie. I thought T-Top and Briz like was crazy together. Like I expected them to be good, but I thought Chilla and B Magic was gonna bar their life away, honestly. But they like T-Top and Briz is crazy together. Like them dudes could rap together for real. They're a really good tag team. I didn't really like the way like it wasn't bad, but I think they could have done a lot better. B Magic and Chilla together. I expected a lot more, but I mean, it is what it is, you know.
As I told Lalay, that's what happens when you got two people who from the same hood who really know each other, who came into this together, opposed to two people who just formed a rap group. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, because, like, I was talking to somebody before the battle, like, a couple weeks before the battle, and I was like, it's not random, because they both writer's block, so I guess it's not really random, but I don't think they, like, I don't feel like they two that really, like, mess with each other like that enough for it to be, to work the way everybody thinks it might be. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like they both got really good balls, so they can make it work if they. So I expected more, but it really wasn't. Like they kind of took turns rapping. You know,
St. Louis and Boston is kind of far from each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how much time are y'all spending together?
Exactly. And then opposed to where they live I don't know how far they live away from each other, but they both in North Carolina. They could just, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely a dope battle though. But I think it was a 3-0. I'm not gonna say it was a body, but it was definitely a clear 3-0. You know what I'm saying? And then Chilla in his third, I think he spit his throwaways for like he was battling B Magic or whatever. I'm like, I don't think he should have did that at that time. I felt like he should have did that some other time or something. Especially the fact that
he was really
going
eager
so
to
bad
get them bars out because that wasn't the first time he like spit them. He spit them. I swear it was like a Vlad interview or something. I think he said them bars already.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, like it was an interview where he like revealed what his bars was that he couldn't remember. But anyway, so what was next? The Verb and Cortez.
Yeah.
Verb. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was actually a dope battle.
Yeah, Verb and Young Ill versus Nathan Cortez.
Yeah, I actually thought Verb and Cortez and Math was gonna win like clearly, but I gave it to Verb and Young Ill. I think the first round I gave to Math and Core. It was a pretty dope round. I still liked Verb's first. Verb Ill's first. That's when Verb was like I was getting checks. I was getting checks, homie, and then it was like between check homie and some shit like that. I thought that was dope.
That really touched my heart, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was crazy to me. I thought that was dope. But I still gave Mass and Core that round. But then the second Verb just came out snapping. Like, Verb did the Showtime, and he was just snapping. Like, and that crowd was whack, man. Like, I'm glad they didn't boo him the whole time because they was about to boo him for no reason, like, for no reason at all. But then they was letting him rap, and Verb was just snapping in that second. I gave that to them clearly. And the third, I don't know if do you remember when Matt and Core battled NWX and they did that thing in the car?
Yeah.
That's how they started their third round. Yeah, that's how they started their third round. But then Cole was like, nah, fuck that. And they started rapping. But I didn't really like their third that much, to be honest. So I gave that to Verb and Ill. So I had it 2-1 St. Louis. They pretty good together. I still like Hitman and Verb better, but they're not that bad together, Hitman and Verb and Ill. But I prefer Verb and Hitman still.
All right, so Verb and Hitman did better than Verb and Young Ill.
I think so. Because I feel like Verb and Ill. Yeah, I feel like Verb was like letting Ill rap because I felt because it was his return, so I guess that's why they took that approach, letting Ill get most of his shit off. But cause I think he even said a bar like that. I don't remember what the exact bar was, but he was like, "Now you back" or something like that. But I think that was more for Young Ill than it was really for Verb. You know what I'm saying? So, but they did pretty
and vice
good.
versa.
Like, they won the battle.
Vice versa. Lalay was saying the same thing for Cortez. She said Cortez kind of took the back seat and let Math, rap mostly in their round.
He definitely did. Now I remember. Yeah, he definitely did. Math was like I didn't like everything Math was saying, but for the most part, Math was doing his thing. Yeah, Math was definitely doing his thing. Hopefully he's back like in a one-on-one battle with URL, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's only right now. He got on the stage. It's only right. So, all right. The most talked about battle on the card. Gun titles. Tay Rock and Sue Surf versus NWX represented by DNA and K-Shine. Talk to me.
Son, that battle was fucking crazy. Like, I'm so mad at K-Shine. Like, I felt like he did that out of, like, pure, like, he knew they was getting their ass whooped. So he was like, fuck it, I don't even. Because I don't know if anybody noticed, but, like, after the first fight, when the first fight was calming down, Kayshawn was like, yo, I don't give a fuck about this battle. I don't give a fuck about this shit. So like, he already like had the mindset he didn't really care. And I felt like that's kind of fucked up because
Kayshawn was like physically saying that. He was actually saying that.
Yeah, he said it out of his mouth. Like the first fight, it was calming down because they was about to dead it, but Surf was like, nah, like I really want to do this battle. So Smack gave them another chance. But when it was calming down, Sean was like, yo, I don't give a fuck about this battle. I don't give a fuck about nothing. He said that out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's whack, man. Like, people paid to come see this battle. Like, this was the battle most people wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? And for you to do that, I felt like that was fucked up. I felt like it was selfish on his part. But I think it's dope because I feel like now I think Gun Titles is going to be the next NWX as far as everybody's going to smoke with them because I seen like on Twitter, Official and Hustle trying to come at them. I just seen a video.
I saw that.
Yeah, you seen that, right? And then I seen a video of Clips and John talking about they want to smoke with them. So and then Calico and QP going to want to smoke with them. So that everybody wants to battle them now, you know. Which is dope.
That would be crazy.
But as far as the battle went, I think that would be crazy. Definitely be crazy, Calico and QP. But as far as the battle went, I think it was on the road to being the 3-0. I had Gun Titles up 2-0 before they officially stopped the battle. Their styles was perfect together, man. They was just spazzing, like they were spazzing, and I felt like NWX was kind of lackluster. I didn't feel like they took it that serious as I thought they would. I don't know if it's because Gun Titles was so good or it was just that I don't think NWX was that good, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I think
they was definitely off. I will say that they was definitely off. Like their whole energy wasn't really there. And did you notice in the fight that in the break that like DNA and Kayshawn kind of had words too? Like they was, I don't know, Kayshawn was like snapping on DNA too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that actually.
Yeah, they so like their whole energy was off. They wasn't themselves, but.
Yeah. I don't know if the energy was off because of the fight or the energy off was just in general. Like, I'm not really sure, but it wasn't there at all. Like, I didn't feel like they cared about the battle, which kind of sucks because it could have been like a classic 2-on-2 battle if there was no fights and, you know what I'm saying, NWX came with it. But, it is what it is. What happened, unfortunately. But I was really looking forward to that battle. I was kind of upset when that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's just hope URL can do some good editing with that words, though. They'll be able to put that out,
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Because I do want people to see that because it was really a dope battle. Like, people have to see how good that battle was, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a really dope battle.
All right, so in 60 seconds, give me your analysis on Clips and John versus Big T and the Saga.
I had Clips. I think I had Clips and John winning, but I don't really remember too clearly. But I think I had Clips and John winning. I didn't see Big T and Saga third round because they did it outside, but I didn't even know they was doing it. But I didn't see it, so I can't call that round. But I think I had Clips and John up 2-0. But Big T and Saga was actually pretty good together. They wasn't bad. Big T was snapping though. Big T was doing his thing. I'm not gonna lie. Saga was doing his thing too, but I think Big T was pretty dope. But I think I had Clips and John 2-0 if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Because they had multiple choice. The guess which room I'm in, multiple choice. And it was crazy. Yeah. I think I definitely had them on 2-0.
I called that too. I called that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I called that. I had a feeling they was gonna do that.
They even embraced the John stealing thing. Yeah.
Thanks for calling up, man.
Man.
Wait to see these things drop. All right, real quick. Who did Rum Nitty versus Ev? Who did you get that to?
I had Rum Nitty 3-0, but it wasn't like a body. I think he edged every round. Actually, no, I think he took the second round clearly, but I think he edged the third round. People saying that Ash got the third. I gotta watch it again, but I had Rum Nitty 3-0. But that was like a classic. That was a classic, man. That had 1 million quotables. Like, that was a classic battle. That battle was dope as hell. Definitely dope.
All right,
battle.
man. Thanks for calling up, man. Be cool.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Devon.
Be cool.
No problem.
All right.
I'll let you. All right.
So, Lalay,
Yes.
finish real quick. Finish what you was telling me about Clips and John versus NWX.
Yeah, exactly what Devon said. I didn't see the Big T and Saga's third round, but it was I love so they did the multiple choice which room I'm in, and then they redid it and they did it again, and they like completely did a whole another scheme with it. So and then I think like NWX kind of knew that they was going to do that because they already had like a rebuttal to it. But it didn't really hit like that. I mean, it was a dope.
I guess everybody knew they was going to do it. Man.
See, you ain't special.
I mean, Clips is so predictable. You talk John into it, you know.
Oh yeah, and then they joked on the play. They played up the whole like how John steal lines from people, and they did that in the first, I think. But yeah, it was that battle. It was really funny and like light, like Clips is just so funny to watch, and so they joked. They had bars. They had everything. Like I think I don't know if it's just Clips just being good at what he does and kind of like fitting with anybody, or maybe John and Clips really do work well together. But John had the part where he did, I think it was in the third round, where he did like the 7 deadly sins, and he basically said like Big T was gluttony and or greedy and or something like that, and Saga was two of the deadly sins, and then end up he just went through the whole team, and everybody had their own like sins. So I thought that was dope. But yeah, it was definitely, I would say they probably got 3-0'd, even though I didn't see NWX's third. But all in all, it was a great battle. I'm looking forward to whatever else happens with URL.
So I want to get into this Rum Nitty versus Av in 60 seconds. I just want to say this battle is every battle that you wish and hope for when these so-called top tiers are booked. This battle has, like Devon just said, a million quotables. This battle takes you 4 or 5 times to watch it just to be able to register everything that was thrown, punch after punch. And when I say they were punching each other head off, this was Marco Antonio Barrera versus Eric Morales. This was that type of punching. And I mean, to sum it all up, I gave it the Rum 2-1 in the classic, but I'm not mad at nobody calling this Av. Y'all be cool how y'all be cool.